What is up, you guys? This right here is my Nintendo GameCube collection. I've been collecting games for over a decade, and my GameCube collection is by far my biggest collection. I have over 150 games for the Nintendo GameCube. Now, usually I would do a traditional collection update video, updating you on my collection, showing you all of my games, and giving you a little brief description about them, and just kinda going through them. But honestly, I've done this video a few times over the years, and I haven't done too much collecting over the past few years. So, I thought I would make this year's collection video a little bit different than years past. I'm actually taking inspiration from another content creator who's done a video like this, where I'm taking my whole entire GameCube collection, I'm going to go through it, and I'm going to choose which 30 games I would personally keep, and the rest of them I would have to sell. Of course, I wouldn't actually sell these games, I'm not actually doing that, but this is kind of a what-if scenario. Now, 30 games is still a decent chunk of games, but given that I have 150 games, approximately, I would be getting rid of 80% of my collection. Do keep in mind, I'm a little bit under the weather, so I apologize if I'm a little more low energy in this video, but I'm sure you guys are okay with it. Without any further ado, let's get going into the collection and which games I'd keep and which games I'd sell. So I got the first chunk here, so I'm about to get started, but of course, given that I don't know which games I'm going to want to keep, theoretically already, when I select the games out of this pile to keep, I'm going to end up with more than 30. So we're going to do another round after I show you the whole collection to narrow the list down to 30. So let's get started with FIFA Soccer 02. That's going to be a sell right off the bat. FIFA World Cup Germany, also a sell. Pac-Man Fever. Now, I actually have played this game, and it's a decent enough party game, but given the other party games that are also in my collection, I'm also going to put this one in sell. Tiger Woods 2004, sell. The Haunted Mansion. Now, this is actually a pretty fun game, but I would still sell it. Battalion Wars for the Nintendo GameCube. Now, this game is a little more of a strategy game, which isn't my cup of tea, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, why would you sell this one? But, yeah, sell. Nicktoons Unite, a fun multiplayer game, and I actually will put this in the keep pile for now. I do have a bunch of nostalgia for this game, but if push comes to shove, I might have to cut this one later in the game. Next up is Super Monkey Ball. I'm going to put this one in the keep category. I actually really like Super Monkey Ball. It's a fun arcade style game. Yes, they remade it basically for the Nintendo Switch as well as the sequel, but I'm still going to put this one in keep for now. Beach Spikers Virtual Beach Volleyball. As much as I love the cover, I'm going to have to put it in sell. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Now, I know a lot of people really like this one. It's a lot of people's favorite Harry Potter game, but I don't know, I was never too attached to the older Harry Potter games, so I am actually going to put this one, as big of a Harry Potter fan as I am, I'm going to put it in sell. Super Bubble Pop. Apparently a pretty good puzzle game, but as someone who is not a puzzle game enjoyer, I'm going to put it in sell. NFL Quarterback Club 2002. I think you guys have a solid idea where this one's going. Soul Calibur 2, a decent fighting game, but kind of like with Bubble Pop and, puzzle games, I'm not a huge fighting game fan, so I will have to put this one in sell. Shrek 2, a childhood classic. I love this game. It's a fun multiplayer licensed game. I'm going to put it in keep for now. Sonic Heroes. I actually have fond childhood memories of this one. Now, it's not going to be high on my keep list, but for now, I'm going to put it in my keep list. The Game Boy Advance Player Disc. Now, this isn't technically a game, so I'll put it in the keep pile, but I'll put an asterisk and say it won't count as a game. It'll be like a bonus 31st game or something like that. Big Mother Truckers. Hard sell. Need for Speed Most Wanted. I like the Need for Speed games, but there is one that I do believe I have in my GameCube collection that I would keep above this one. So, sell. Shark Tale. Honestly, really fun game. I know a lot of people like to riff on the movie, but the game is actually pretty good. I'm going to put it in keep for now. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Kind of an underrated movie, but the game ain't it. Sell. Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX 2. Sell. Starsky and Hutch. Sell. SpongeBob SquarePants Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. Hard sell. This game sucks. X-Men the Official Game. I actually had fun with this one when I played it, but definitely not going to be in the top 30. So, sell. Star Wars Rogue Squadron 3 Rebel Strike. Sell. NBA Street V3. As cool as it is to play as Mario characters, the charm isn't there enough for me to really want to keep this game. Besides, not much of a basketball guy, so sell. Extreme G Racing 3, sell. Scooby-Doo, Night of 100 Frights. It's a good game, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy it, but there is another Scooby-Doo game that I enjoy more. So for this one, I'm gonna sell. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. My favorite Harry Potter movie, but I don't care too much about the game, so sell. Marvel Nemesis, Rise of the Imperfects, sell. SpongeBob SquarePants, Lights, Camera, Pants. Really fun party game. Honestly, highly recommend this one. This one is a definite keep. Enter the Matrix. Honestly, a really fun game, and I did kind of debate if I wanted to keep it on here, but it's gonna go to sell. Pac-Man World Rally. Why does this exist? Hard sell. Sega Sports, NBA 2K2, sell. SX Superstar, sell. This is one of those GameCube preview discs that has little demos for Sonic Adventure, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, Beautiful Joe, Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg. They're demos of GameCube games that already exist, so sell. Harry Potter and the Prison of Azkaban, my second favorite Harry Potter movie, and again, another game that I don't necessarily care about, though getting to fly around the castle on Buckbeak is pretty cool, but still sell. Mega Man Anniversary Collection. The first 8 Mega Man games plus 2 bonus arcade Mega Man games. Mega Man has never seen anything better, but still sell. Not a Mega Man fan. Metal Arms, Glitch in the System, sell. Tony Hawk American Wasteland. Honestly, probably my favorite Tony Hawk game, so I'm going to keep this one for now. Alright, the first shelf is done. So far, we've got 7 games plus the Game Boy Advance disc, so let's keep going. Luigi's Mansion. Of course I'm keeping this. Star Wars Rogue Squadron True Rogue Leader, gonna sell. One Piece Grand Battle, sell. Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup. Honestly, really fun Quidditch game. I'm surprised it took them until now, with the new Quidditch game coming up, to actually do a game based on Quidditch. Solid game. I'm gonna keep this one for now. SpongeBob Creature from the Krusty Krab. Everyone talks so highly of it, I thought it was okay at best, so I'm gonna sell it. Shrek Super Slam. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm gonna sell it. Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, Attack of the Twonkies. I've heard great things about this game from my licensed game fellow enthusiasts, but haven't played it, and I'm not the biggest Jimmy Neutron fan, so I'm gonna sell it. Scooby-Doo Mystery Mayhem. This is my favorite Scooby-Doo game, so I've got to keep it. It is honestly really good, and it's a kind of a Luigi's Mansion clone in a way, so I gotta keep it. Alright, so we've got our first bunch of, really high-quality titles on this shelf, so let's get going. Super Mario Sunshine. Honestly, a classic. It's not the best 3D Mario game, at least objectively, but I still really do like this one, so I'm gonna keep it for now. Super Mario Strikers. I know it's probably the most popular of the GameCube Mario sports games, but honestly, it's not my favorite. I mean, it's a great game, don't get me wrong, but it's not one I see myself always returning to, so actually, I'm gonna sell this one. Metroid Prime, a classic, you must own it, I'm keeping it. Mario Superstar Baseball, I really like this one, I really enjoy it, so I think I'm gonna keep it for now. Tales of Symphonia, a really great RPG. Haven't beaten it, but I do like the action RPG style that this game has, and I do think it is worth keeping. Pikmin 2, not a Pikmin fan, so I would sell it. Mario Kart Double Dash, and this has the anniversary, but the bonus disc that comes along with it. Honestly, I freaking love Mario Kart Double Dash. It's one of my favorites. I've got to keep it. Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Listen, I really like this game, at least the bit that I played of it when I was younger, but I feel like Metroid Prime 1 satisfies that itch for me enough, and I don't want to waste another spot in my keep list with another Metroid Prime game, so I'm going to sell this one. Super Smash Bros. Melee, an absolute classic that everyone should have. I'm keeping it. Donkey Kong 2. You'll see the first one come up later, so I'll keep that one, sell this one. SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. Of course I'm keeping this one. Mario Power Tennis. Probably my favorite of the Mario sports games on the Nintendo GameCube. Great courses, great character selection, all of that. Definitely keeping it. Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. I really like this game, don't get me wrong, but I feel like Mario Tennis and Baseball cover my sports enough, so I'm going to sell this one. Metal Gear Solid The Twin Snakes. I've never really gotten into the Metal Gear Solid games, so I'm going to sell this one. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. This game has been modernized and remade from the ground up, and I don't see the need to keep this one, so selling it. Animal Crossing. Honestly, not my cup of tea. I know a lot of people really like it, but for me personally, not a huge fan. Doesn't have the memory card anyways, so I would sell it. Resident Evil 0. Honestly, I really like this one. I think it's an underrated one for the GameCube, and I think it is a must-own. So for now, I'm going to keep it. Resident Evil 1 Remake. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the camera in this game, how it's a fixed camera point, and it just feels kind of clunky and old school. I know that's the point, but not a huge fan, so I'm going to sell this one. Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, an absolute classic. Of course I'm going to keep it. Pikmin 1, again, not a huge Pikmin guy, so I'm going to sell this one. Alright, I've got all the Mario Party games here, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 6 is in the big box. I'm going to keep them all for now, but later, if push comes to shove, I already know 1 or 2 of these is going to get cut. So, for now, I'm going to keep them all. Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, a pretty fun platformer that uses the DK bongos, but still not like a game that I absolutely love, so I'm going to sell it. Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Honestly, I played it a bit, couldn't get into it, so I would sell it. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. I think it's my most valuable GameCube game, so I don't know if I want to keep it just due to its value and it being the gem of my GameCube collection, and plus the story of how I found it is honestly a really cool one. But if push comes to shove, I probably would sell this one just because I'm not a Fire Emblem guy. Wario World, an absolute classic of a 3D platformer, an underrated one as well, so I would keep it. Chibi Robo, Plugged Into Adventure, another underrated classic, also keeping this one. Skies of Arcadia Legends, another pretty expensive one that I have, but again, it's an RPG, not the biggest fan of it, so I would sell it. So including the Game Boy Player Disc, I am already at 27 games I want to keep. It's going to be so hard to cut them out from here. Minority Report, Everybody Runs, sell. The Sims 2, I freaking love The Sims. I've always played it on home console, though I did have a friend I used to play it on PC with, but sentimental value. For now, I gotta keep it. NFL Blitz 2003, freaking sell. Geist, fun game, but not amazing. I'll sell it. FIFA 03 and Madden 03, sell them both. GoldenEye Rogue Agent, honestly an underrated James Bond game. I really enjoyed this one. I'm gonna keep it. Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life. This one's tough. I do enjoy the Harvest Moon games more than the Animal Crossing games, but it's still probably not a game I would sink too much time into, at least compared to some of the other ones I'm keeping, so I would sell it. Piano 3. This game, honestly, pretty dog water. I played it, expected more out of it because it's published by Capcom, but I'm not cared for it, so selling it. Burnout. Fun game, but not as fun as some of the others, so sell. Resident Evil 4. There are so many ways to play this game, it wouldn't make sense for this to be one that I would keep, so sell. Resident Evil Code Veronica X. Haven't played it, but honestly, I don't know if I would keep it, so I'm just going to put it in the sell pile for now. Mary-Kate and Ashley, Sweet 16, License to Drive. Of course I'm going to keep this one, you know. No, I'm selling it. 007 Nightfire, another really good James Bond game. Oh, I'm going to have to debate between this one and GoldenEye Rogue Agent, I could already tell. So, for now, I'm going to keep it. The Sims, the original. Sims 2 is better in every way, so sell. Pac-Man World 3. Pac-Man World 2 is better in every single way, so sell. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Don't care for it. Sell. Pac-Man World 2. An amazing 3D platformer. No arguing against that, so I'm keeping it. Shadow the Hedgehog. Don't know much about it, really, so sell. WarioWare Inc. Mega Party Games. Classic multiplayer fun. Absolutely love it. Keeping this one for sure. Naruto Clash of the Ninja 2, or Clash of Ninja 2. Selling it. Super Monkey Ball 2. I really love Super Monkey Ball 2, but I do already have the original. It kind of scratched that itch for me, so I will sell this one. Namco Museum. All of these games are so playable on lots of different consoles, I don't see the need to keep this one, so sell. The Sims 2 Pets. Oh, this one actually I might have to keep above The Sims 2, the original, so I'm going to put this one in keep for now. Rocket Power Beach Bandits. I'm going to sell it. Alright, now we've reached some of the games that I'm sure some people were waiting for. Legend of Zelda 4 Swords Adventure. I would probably sell this one. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and Master Quest. Not an Ocarina of Time fan, so I'm going to sell it. Donkey Konga. Fun rhythm game, and I think I said earlier that I'd probably keep this one, but given how stacked my list is already and the fact that I really don't play this one too much, I'm going to put it in pass. Or sell. Wave Race Blue Storm. I'm going to sell. Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. I know a lot of people love this game, but I've actually not played it. I'm actually kind of intimidated by this game, so probably not going to keep it. I'm going to sell it. Resident Evil 2. Another one that's been modernized for modern platforms, so I'd probably sell it. Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. I really like this one. Absolute classic. I'm keeping it. Star Fox Adventures. Honestly, haven't played this one. I know this one's developed by Rare, but still don't know that much about it, so I'm gonna sell it. Bat and Kaitos, Eternal Wings and the Lost Ocean. Gonna sell it. F-Zero GX. Fun game, but not as fun as some of the other games here, so sell. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I did a whole episode of a podcast about this game. Did not care for it, so I'm gonna sell it. The SpongeBob SquarePants movie. Really freaking enjoy this game. Love it. Childhood classic. I'm gonna keep it. Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. Honestly, really freaking great horror game. I would love to see this one get remade and modernized a bit, but it's still a classic horror game that really throws you for some loops. I'm keeping it. Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition. You can play all these games on other consoles. As cool as it is to play Majora's Mask on the GameCube, I would still sell it. Mega Man X Collection. Like Anniversary Collection, I'm not the biggest Mega Man guy, so I would sell this one. Okay, so now, counting the Game Boy player disc, we are at 36 games, which is 5 over what's required. So we're already over it, but honestly, we're kind of already through a lot of the heavy-hitting titles. So this, honestly, we're actually kind of on where about I want to be. So let's continue. Pac-Man Versus and Pac-Man World 2. Honestly, I might have to keep this one just because it has Pac-Man World 2, but it also has a multiplayer Pac-Man game as well. So later when we go into narrowing it down, I'll actually probably take out, like, you know, Pac-Man World 2 and replace it with this. So for now, I'm going to keep it. ATV Quad Power Racing 2. I'm going to sell it. Puyo Pop Fever. Another puzzle game that many people swear by, but I'm going to sell it. Harvest Moon, Magical Melody. Another Harvest Moon game, another one I'm going to sell. SSX Tricky, a great game. I love the SSX games, but there is one SSX game that is coming up later that I would keep above this one, so I'm going to sell it. Need for Speed Carbon. This is not the Need for Speed game I was talking about, so sell. Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex, sell. Amazing Island. I actually played this one back in the day and really enjoyed it, but not as much as all these other titles, so sell. Bat and Kaitos Origins, sell. Alright, get ready for a rapid fire round. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Monster House, sell. Monopoly Party, sell. NBA Live 04, sell. NBA Live 06, sell. NBA Street V2, sell. The Ant Bully, sell. Evolution World, sell. Bomberman Jetters, sell. Outlaw Golf, funny, but sell. FIFA 05, sell. FIFA 07, sell. Yu-Gi-Oh! The False-Bound Kingdom, sell. Alright, let's slow things down a little bit. Now we've got The Incredibles, Rise of the Underminer. A really fun game I played as a kid, but again, compared to some of these other ones, I don't think I'll be able to justify this one, so sell. FIFA Street, soccer game, sell. Madagascar, really good movie tie-in game, highly underrated one in my personal opinion, so I'm gonna sell it. Spider-Man 2, this one's a classic. We all know it, we all love it, I'm gonna keep this one for now. Sonic Riders, not a huge fan, so I'm gonna sell. Midway Arcade Treasures. A lot of great arcade games on here, but not for me, so sell. Toy, the Tasmanian Toy. Pretty fun game, but again, not as great as some of the other ones, so sell. The Simpsons Hit and Run. Absolute classic. Keeping it. Disney Pixar's The Incredibles. Really fun game, really underrated, gonna keep it. Tony Hawk Underground. Not the Tony Hawk game I was talking about, so sell. Finding Nemo. Horrible game. Definitely sell. Worms 3D. I actually haven't played this one, but probably wouldn't be too interested in it, so sell. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. Again, not the Tony Hawk game I was interested in, so sell. Flushed Away, sell. From Russia with Love. Honestly a fun one, but I've already got 2 James Bond games here, so I think this one serves no purpose on this list, so sell. Crash Nitro Kart. Mario Kart Double Dash exists, so sell. Tarzan Untamed, sell. Lego Star Wars the game, sell. Star Wars The Clone Wars, sell. Okay, so now we are at 41 in the keep category. It's gonna get tough. Alright, this is the last bundle of games, so let's get into it. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. This is the Need for Speed game I really liked, so I'm keeping it for now. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, sell. Disney's Extreme Skate Adventure, sell. Chaos Field, fun game, but no, sell. Top Gun Combat Zones, sell. SSX On Tour. This is the SSX game that I really, really like, so I'm actually going to keep this one for now. Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius, god-awful game, avoid at all costs, selling this one. Spyro Enter the Dragonfly, sell. 007 Everything or Nothing, honestly I really like this game. I honestly even like it like as much as the other 2 James Bond games, but I've already put those 2 here, so I'm going to sell this one. Beautiful Joe 2, very fun game, but I'm going to sell it. Simpsons Road Rage, great Crazy Taxi clone, but I'm going to sell it. So there you have it, guys. That's all my GameCube games. It took me almost 40 minutes to go through them, but that's all of them. So if that's all you really wanted to see, you don't have to watch any more. But if you're curious about which 30 of the however many I've got now in the keep pile, oh boy, this is going to be a ride. So here they all are. Here's a picture of all of the games I've kept on the keep pile. So we're going to have to whittle through these one by one and figure out what we're going to do. Alright, I'm making the early decision to cut out both Tony Hawk's American Wasteland and Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. These are great ones. I really do like them. But comparing them to the other games, I'm definitely going to cut these off first. And of course, I actually also get to do the same to Pac-Man World 2 as well as The Sims 2. Because again, Sims 2 Pets and the Pac-Man vs. Bundle kind of make these two redundant to be on the list. So these two, I would also sell. I'm so sorry, Pac-Man World 2. Okay, we're down to 39. So we gotta have 31 by the end of this, because remember, the Game Boy player disc doesn't count. So I gotta whittle this down. Oh my god. I think I'm going to cut GoldenEye Rogue Agent. Nightfire is a really good James Bond. It has a really fun multiplayer mode that I actually did just play again recently. And, you know, it's a great game, but I think I have to give it to Nightfire and cut this one loose. And it's sad to say, but I think I'm going to cut Mario Party 4 as well. I know a lot of people are going to freak out at me about this one, but it's definitely my least favorite Mario Party on the GameCube. It has great mini games, but I would easily play 5, 6, and 7 over this one any day. So I'm going to cut it. Alright, now I gotta because I have a bunch of licensed games in here too. So I think I'm going to have to start cutting a lot of the licensed games that I don't have as much nostalgia for. I don't play as much. Oh, this is going to be tough. I'm going to have to sell Simpsons Hit and Run. It is a great game. I love it. You all probably love it. It's a classic. But it is one that I don't come back to as often as some of these other ones, so I'm going to have to cut it. Also, same for Spider-Man 2. It, again, is a classic, a great one, but it's just another one that I don't come back to all that much. And not to mention, they have really brought, the greatness of this Spider-Man game back with the newer Spider-Man installments. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to sell this one. I'm actually also going to get rid of Sonic Heroes. I mean, Sonic's not my favorite game franchise in the world, I'm not going to lie. You know, some games are fun, and I'm sure this game is, especially with friends, because I believe, this is, a multiplayer Sonic game as well. But, you know, it's Sonic. I'm not really going to play this that much. Alright, I'm gonna have to cut Super Monkey Ball as well. I mean, again, it is a fun one. It's you know, I love Super Monkey Ball, but, I mean, they did remake it for the Switch, so I guess I really don't need this one. Oh my god, I'm at 33 games now. I need to cut only 2 more games. Oh, this is tough. This is gonna be really tough. I think the next one I'm gonna have to cut is Resident Evil 0. I mean, I've already got Eternal Darkness on this list, which I do like more than Resident Evil 0. But, I mean, it is kind of tough, because I actually did really enjoy this game. So, yeah, Resident Evil 0 is the next on the chopping block. Oh, I gotta get rid of one more. Oh, god, this is tough. Oh. You know, it's fitting. I think the last game I'm gonna cut is actually, I believe, the first game I started off with. And it was the first one I put in the keep pile, and that's Nicktoons Unite. I have a lot of nostalgia for this one, but I do know that it hasn't aged the most gracefully. I know that, you know, it's a bit rough in some spots, so I'm gonna cut this one as well. So there you have it, guys. I successfully narrowed my big 150 plus GameCube collection down to 30 if it all came down to it. Now, of course, obviously the 31st game being the Game Boy player disc, but I'll run through the 30 games that I would keep again. So, Chibi Robo, plug into Adventure. I would keep Wario World. I would keep Mario Parties 5 through 7, so note 4's absence here. I would keep Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door. I would keep Mario Power Tennis. I would keep SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. I would keep Super Smash Bros. Melee. I would keep Mario Kart Double Dash. I would keep Tales of Symphonia. I would keep Mario Superstar Baseball. I would keep Metroid Prime. I would keep Super Mario Sunshine. I would keep Scooby-Doo Mystery Mayhem. I would keep Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup. I would keep My Love and Angel Luigi's Mansion. I would keep SpongeBob SquarePants Lights Camera Pants. I would keep Shark Tale, come at me. I would keep Shrek 2, also come at me. I would keep Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. I would keep The Sims 2 Pets. I would keep WarioWare Mega Party Games. I would keep 007 Nightfire. I would keep SSX On Tour. I would keep The Incredibles, come at me a third time. I would keep Madagascar, really, come at me. I would keep Pac-Man vs. Pac-Man World 2. I would keep Eternal Darkness. And I would keep the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. That's a lot of games that I went through and talked about today, but what do you guys think? If you could only keep a certain number of games on the Nintendo GameCube, which would be the ones that you would choose to keep? Let me know down in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you all have to say. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff down below. And of course, hit that notification bell so that you're notified of when I upload videos. And until next time, you guys, I'll see you all in the next video.